Geometry. So, we are presented with a practice problem. 950 grams of copper 2 sulfate are reacted with 460 grams of zinc metal. A. What is the theoretical yield of copper? And B. If 295.8 grams of copper are actually obtained from this reaction, what is the percent yield? So, the first step is to find the chemical equation of this reaction, which is copper sulfate plus zinc reacts to form zinc sulfate plus copper. Then, our next step is to find, we know that we have 950 grams of copper 2 sulfate, 460 grams of zinc metal, and 295.8 grams of copper. Then we find the molar mass of each of these compounds. So we find, for example, for the copper sulfate, we add the molar mass of copper, 63.55, plus the molar mass of sulfate, 32.06, plus 4 times the molar mass of oxygen, which is 16, because there's 4 oxygen molecules. And then that same process repeats itself.
So we find this by getting grams of reactant, which is given to us in the question, and we divide it by the molar mass, which is right here, and multiply it by the mole ratio, which is found by looking at the coefficients of each in front of each compound or element, and that gives us the moles of the product, and we multiply that by the molar mass of the product to get the grams in product. And we have to do that for both of the reactants to find out which one of these is the limiting reactant, and the limiting reactant is the same as the theoretical yield. So the first one, we have 950 grams of copper sulfate. We multiply that by 1 mole of copper sulfate over 159, which is found over there. And we multiply this by the mole-to-mole ratio, and it's 1 over here and 1 for the actual copper. So we do that over 1 mole over 1 mole. And we see copper goes here and copper sulfate goes here. So it can cancel out. Moles of copper can cancel out with that. And then since now we have the moles of product, we have to multiply by the molar mass of the product, which is 63.55 grams. Cu. Now, moles of Cu cancel out, and this gives us grams of copper. And this gives us 378.1 grams of copper. And we do the same for zinc. And we're told that zinc is 460, and this is a pre-done problem. So 460 times 1 mole of zinc over 65.39, which is found over there, the molar mass of zinc, times the mole-to-mole ratio, 1:1, and then we multiply it by the molar mass of the product, which is copper, which is 63.55, and that gives us 447.1. Now we see the limiting reactant by comparing these two yields, and the smaller one gives us the theoretical yield. The other theoretical yield is the same as limiting reactant, and that is 378.1 grams of copper.
So now that we found our theoretical yield to be 378.1 grams of copper, that answers letter A. But now with letter B, we must find the percent yield.